everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while again. I've had a lot going on. So I have a kitchen, well, I have a room. I'm on the 3rd floor, and as you can see I have an air conditioner up here now because our central air can't keep up with the heat on the 3rd floor. I covered it with a pillow to try to hide it, but then tell you all about it, so I'm not very good at secrets. But on the 2nd floor, there was a kitchen, because I guess the previous owners rented the 2nd floor, but now I need it for a bedroom for my youngest son, who's been kind of sleeping up here in his bed up here with us. So he needs to have his own room. He's 3 now. And so we have already taken all of the cabinets and stuff out of the kitchen, but it left a lot of damage on the walls, so we had to do a lot of stuff with that. Plus there's a lot of plumbing in there that I don't know what to do with. I can't really remove it. I guess you have to have some special license to remove plumbing. Plus it ties into the 2nd floor bathroom, so we just built a box around it basically. So there's a lot of activity going on with that. And then I also went on a couple of vacations and stuff. I went to see my brother. We put a fence up in the yard. I can put a picture of that. So yeah, I was just doing a lot of stuff in the summer. It's not my intention to only post once a month. It's just that I'm so busy with other things outside. Every evening I do manage to get some cross stitching done, but I just not as much as usual, just because naturally summer is a busier time for me. So, but anyway, since it's been so long since I posted anything, I have so much to show you on my progress. So I have, the last thing I showed was Captain Ratbeard. And from there, I went on to work on Hello Petal, which I'm really hoping to finish this year. But I did not get as far as I wanted to. I almost got as far as I wanted to, but I could not quite make it. I tripped at the finish line. But it's a new grime guard because my mom made me some new ones because I was running out of. I had to get new frames. I like to keep everything in a frame and keep them neat and lined up in my craft cart. So she made me my mom made me some grime guards, and I got some new frames for a couple of these projects. The only thing I don't have in a frame right now is Evil Cat, which I'll be showing you in a moment. But in any case, I had wanted to do the entire tree part and then do the trunk and grass and bottom part with the next installment and then finish it. But I didn't quite finish the tree part. But I can show you where I was before. I did make a lot of progress. This is not, you won't be able to see the entire thing because it's in its Q-snap, but you can see most of where my progress is. So this is where we are now. So yeah, so this is the spring one, and then next year I'm going to do the summer one. I've done the fall one and the winter one, and then I'll have all 4 seasons. So that is that. I did 26, almost 2,700 stitches between the end of May and the first week of June. The first 5 days of June. So, yeah. And then after that, I worked on Zelda. Mostly with this one, I was just trying to fill in a lot of the confetti up at the top. I could show you where I was before so you can see what I mean, but there was a lot of little stuff at the top, stitches here and there, so it took a lot of time to just kind of focus in on those. And once I got the top half done, I started filling in more in the bottom. So I have the top half cut off now. I could show you, I did show you my progress from before, but I could show you like kind of from Zelda's hair up is complete. So that's tucked away in the Q-snap because I'm working on the bottom half. But I could show you where I am with that. So this is all complete up here. And then like this is new. And I'm starting to fill in his face more, fill in the shield more. So I only did 1,425 stitches. This one has been one I've been working on for over 2 years now. Or just, wait, 2 years? 2 or 3 years. Oh gosh. No. Over 2 years. I started it in May. So yeah, a little over 2 years now. May of 2 years ago. It's at 74%. So I'd love to think I'd be able to finish it this year, but with all the confetti, there's so many different colors in this. I just don't know if I'm going to finish it. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. I was thinking about doing all the ones that I am close to the finish line, just doing those twice and not doing some of the other ones that I know aren't going to get done, like Creation of Adam, which I'll be showing you in a minute. Some of these ones that are like really long form, you know, works that I know aren't going to show much progress in 1 year. I might put off till next year so I can wrap up some of these ones that are almost there. So yeah, I did 1,425 stitches for Zelda. Then I moved on to Evil Cat. This one isn't on Pattern Keeper, so I don't know the percent of my progress, but I would have to say it's probably around the same, about 75%. This is what I really do feel I'm going to be able to finish it this year. Evil Cat, this is the one I don't have in a frame. Here's the box it came in. Super cute. Came with its own thread, its own linen, everything. Even came with a needle minder, even though I don't use them because I'm so afraid my son's going to swallow it. He always tries to grab them off of the project, and I'm just afraid he's going to swallow it, so I don't use them. I'll get it out here. These are some of the grime guards my mom made. She's really handy, and I get them for free. Lucky me, because I'm the daughter. But I only do 11 by 11 is my favorite size, and then this is a strawberry shortcake one that she did. So they're both for 11 by 11 Q-snaps. She basically just has the pattern. And the only reason I don't have them on a frame is because I didn't get another frame from Michaels yet. I only got 2 at the time, and I only had, for some reason she thought I needed 4. I only needed 3. I don't have a 4th project, although I might use it for Red-Haired Cat, which I will show you. I think I worked on that one, so I'll show you Red-Haired Cat, and I'll show you what I mean. Anyway, here is Evil Cat. I can show you where I was before, and this is where I am now. So pardon the creases, but as you can see, he's definitely made some progress. I have just a little, this is another one I wanted to finish, the cat, and I just didn't get it done. I have this little bit right in here to do, so disappointment. But then other than that, I have to do around the side here and the bottom. And I think I'll be able to do that in a week. So I'm pretty sure this is one that when I go back to him for the next week of progress, I'll be able to get him finished. So that'll be cool. I did 2,240 stitches on Evil Cat, but that's because of all the blue. it was a lot of just, when you don't have to switch up colors a lot, I just make a lot more progress when I'm using just one color. So then I worked on, that was the 3rd week of June, and then the 4th week of June I worked on the creation of Adam. Last time I was working on Adam himself, his face, because I wanted to see how it was going to look. One of these patterns, a lot of times you don't know exactly the finished product, and I didn't want to invest so much time into something I wasn't happy with, but I'm so happy with the way that Adam looks. And I don't even have his face finished. It's like 95% finished, but it looks so phenomenal. So anyway, I did a little bit of that last week, the last time I worked on it. But now I switched back to the blue because there's this huge swath of blue that runs between God and Adam. So I don't think it's that exciting to see, but you know, it's a necessary part of the creation. So that's what I worked on this time. So basically, from this line over, most of this is new or filled in more. I did a lot of stitching right here. I ended up doing 2,100 stitches, and I'm only at 13% completion. So this is, like I said, a long haul, boy. So I don't know if I'm going to work on this again this year, simply because, like I said, if I forfeit the week for creation of Adam, I can make way for other projects that I could possibly complete if I was given an extra week to do so. Especially Hello Petal, this one, because I want to start the summer tree next year, so I really need to get this completed this year to stay on task with my stitching goals. So we may not see this guy again this year. I might have to go back and pick him up next year. And this is when I start to think I have too many things going on, because I touch on all of my projects. There's very few that I've put away and abandoned. Especially this year, I've reinvested my time into things that I hadn't touched last year. And so I'm working on everything, and I want to work on new projects next year. Like, my thought was, for every finish I have, I'll have a new start. And I'll try not to go beyond that. I think I'm at 20 though, so it would be not a bad idea to just round it up to, I mean, I'm at 19, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to round it up to 20 and do like 20. So I don't know. I had gotten all this new stuff that I want to stitch on, and there's new things that I see online that I want and stuff. It's going to be hard to really make a choice. I'm not even going to think about it until October. That's usually when I start to make decisions. Like, I'll do a video where I talk about all the things that I want to stitch on, and then I kind of make decisions on which ones are going to be the ones that are going to make it into the roster for next year. So anyway, moving on. For the last week of June and partly into July, I worked on, what was it called? A unicorn peacock badger, I think, by Scarlet Letter. This is one also I don't have on Pattern Keeper, so I can't give you % of progress. It's not very far, I can tell you that. I'm only on the 3rd page or the 2nd page, and I almost finished it. I got like 80% complete, and I ran out of time. I couldn't finish it. And this is the vice of the fact that I'm so busy doing other things. I just can't get done the stuff I want to get done. So the total stitches, let me get into July. The total stitches I did this month was 1885 for this week, this first week of July. 1885. So I can show you where I was, and then here is where I am now. So a lot of fillers, a lot of filling in, and that's probably why I had so much progress with stitching. This I completed. This I completed. this, and then I filled in a bunch of all that. So I really love working on this. I love these little creations that I'm making. I just feel like a lot of the detailing is lost to that green background. Like there are curls of vine around this leaf that you really, I don't know if you can even pick it up because it just blends. There's like a brown right under this bird and just completely blends into the background. So some of it I feel like is a waste of effort. I am a staunch and tried and true pattern follower. I rarely deviate from form. So I'll continue with it even though I'm not entirely convinced that you can see any of it. So it's a shame because it has some great detailing that is just kind of lost in the muddiness of the background. But they're being true to the original artwork. This is a recreation of a cross-stitch piece that was dated circa 1800s, early 1800s, like I think it was 1837 without looking, around that time. So I like this style. There's a bunch of others from the Scarlet Letter I would love to get to complement this. I just and those other ones don't have a background. This is the only one really. A lot of the ones they do are samplers, and they consider this a sampler, but it's a full coverage sampler. And yeah, so that's my little criticism. I still love it, and I'm going to continue with it. It's not to the extent that I would abandon it, but I'm not sure how to. I can't see a way out of it, the problem that it has. So after that, I worked on Red-Haired Cat. This is another one. I don't like the way it looks, but I'm only working on the background right now. I haven't started on the cat, which is the whole reason why I wanted this, was for that beautiful specimen of a cat. So I'm sticking with it to see how it goes. And when I look from pattern to cross stitch, I can see where it coincides, but when I just look at the cross stitch, it just looks like a mess. I don't know what I'm looking at. So anyway, I'll continue on. I was kind of all over the place stitching this. I was just trying to fill in where my progress was, so I can show you where I was before. And I did 10, no, yeah, right. I did 1,619 stitches. So right now I'm at 13.5% completion. And this is what it looks like now. So I know what you're thinking. What am I looking at? And that's a good question. But when I put it next to the picture, you can see what you're looking at. But without the picture, it just looks like a mess. So I know there's going to be a person's face here. Sorry. I know there's going to be a person's face here. I don't know what that is. I don't remember. But I'm thinking as it goes along, it's going to start to take form and take shape. This is all just background. So I'm trying to stick with it. I think there's one stitch here, but for the most part this is complete. This up here is complete. So that's how it's gonna look, and I don't know, we'll see. If the cat is as amazing as it is in the original, none of this is gonna matter because everyone's just gonna look at that cat. But this was the one I was thinking about putting in a 11 by 11. This is a 8 by 8, and I have so much, like, I have to constantly tuck this in and roll this in, so it would be a lot easier to work with it in an 11 by 11. Since I had the extra grime guard, I might get 2 frames, or I might put Evil Cat in this one, because Evil Cat, actually the linen that comes with Evil Cat doesn't quite fit well in an 11 by 11 Q snap. So I have to constantly readjust it and tighten it because it keeps sagging and getting loose because it's just not enough fabric. So I might put Evil Cat in here and swap this over to an 11 by 11 Q snap in the near future when I work on it again. That's another one that I might not revisit this year, but for way of other things, you know. But I will bring it back next year. So you may not see that one again this year. Those two especially, those are the first ones that come to mind for the things to sacrifice if I want to try to put extra weeks on these other ones that I don't know if I'll get done. So after Red Haired Cat, I worked on Day and Night by Long Dog Sampler. And I ended up doing 1,893 stitches. I'm almost completely done with the middle part, and I'll tell you why I didn't finish it, but that middle section I'm almost completely done. And I'm really excited because I like working on little sampler bits, and it's just the whole border is just little sampler bits, which I think are really cool. So like I can sit down for a night and just stitch up a whole house and finish it for the night and feel satisfied. So, so I'll be doing those next time I work on this. And this is another one I had thought originally I might be able to complete it, but it's just too much. And the going is so slow because there's so many colors in such a small, compact space. And so I can show you where I was before, and then I'll show you where I am now. So here we go. And you see I've already started a little bit of the border. I needed a happy tree. I had a Bob Ross moment because this thing, and I don't know why, I just absolutely hate it. All the color changes, it's hurting my fingers trying to stitch in these cramped little spaces. It's not done. There's still a bunch over here I have to do. It's just this whole little like farm setting just sitting there looking tiny and microscopic and needing literally like 26 different colors in that 2x2 square inch space. So basically I got to a point that I would stitch a little bit on this and then I would go work on something else because I was getting for the first time in like ever, I hated cross stitching. I've never had a moment where, you know, people talk about losing their stitchy bug and not having the momentum to stitch. Every night, this is my comfort. This is the thing I go to soothe myself, to de-stress, to relax. And I've never had any desire to not cross stitch until I got to this. And I can't really say why. I just absolutely hate it. This part. I love this whole thing. I just got to get through this. So I'm just trying my best to get by until I can get down to these parts that I'm really going to enjoy. So that is where we're at. And I think I told you, 1,893 stitches. So, and then the last thing I have to show you is the Tree of Magic. I went to my brother's this past weekend in North Carolina, so I took Tree of Magic along because it had all the floss on card, so I didn't have to take little bobbins and lose them all. It was all in one place, which was nice. And I tried to at least do a set amount of stitches. Like I tried to do at least 250 a day so that I could show progress and advancement. I ended up doing 1,950 stitches on Tree of Magic, and this is one I might get done if I have 2 weeks. If I have 2 more weeks to work on it, I will definitely get it done this year. So I can show you where I was before. I had to cut the top off. The top is tucked in the Q snap. So I've moved down the tree, but this is where I am now. So this is one I just started this year. Like I did a set amount of required stitches in December to be able to have this qualify for the No New Starts 2022 thing on group on Facebook. But other than that, everything I've stitched on this, I've stitched in this year. So I think it's pretty cool. I made a lot of decent progress on this one in just 1 year's, time. It'd be cool to finish it if it was a yearling, I guess as you say. So there's one more row after this in the tree. Last time I didn't have this completed. I had like all but this, because this is where the pattern ended. It's only 2 pages. The pattern is this huge wide pattern. So I got that completed and then, worked onto this. So I think it's looking pretty cool. So anyway, that's all I have to show you for this evening. And right now I'm working on bedtime stories. I'm paging to my cross stitch. Here's my cross stitch list and goals page. And I've been tracking which ones I've worked on for more than 1 week, because I'm trying to get 2 weeks on all of them, at least 2 weeks on all of them, and then I'll have to reassess. So I'm working on bedtime stories. I still have to do Captain Sea Dog, the Halloween and Christmas trees from Ronaldo Perelin, and the Dragon Sampler and my Don't Starve Together project. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more weeks from the looks of it. Yeah, 6 more weeks, and then I'll be back to stitching on this stuff again, resetting the whole cycle again. So that's all I have for you today, but thank you for watching. I'm so happy I finally got this video completed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!